like I was saying, I had to carry him from Kennedy High School, which they which they somehow knew it was me over here. They were trying to blame me for snitching. It was him. David went to go testify in the shooting. I didn't testify. David testified. He's the technical snitch. Yet, when Jesse and David brought me to Taco Bell and took me to school, I got the shitty burrito and I got sick and threw it up. They're witches ever since I was a kid. Their food's all good, and my shit is all shitted. And this is a Taco Bell that did it. He's the one that testified. I didn't testify. And yet they feeding me this shit. So going back to this. So I carry him home all the way up the street. Let me see which way do we go. Shh, shut the up. I carry his ass all the way up the street. I'm trying to remember which way we went, but we went up. I don't think we went that way. Well, we go all the way up the street. Just look at it. We go from Woodley. We go up this block, all these houses, all the way from Granada Hills, all the way up this street. This is like, you can tell that's blocks right there. Haskell, take them up another block. See how the block is like that? Take them all the way, carrying them. I'm holding them up, dude. He can't even walk, dude. He can't even walk. And I'm helping them walk. I'm holding them up, carrying the backpacks and carrying everything, carrying them all the way up. Finally, we get to Sepulveda, and I'm like, dude, I can't. We were probably, let me see. I think we actually did go up Rinaldi. Let me see. No, we were going up here, and I said, dude, I can't carry you no more. I said, I can't carry you no more, dude. I need to call for help. And he's like out of it. He's like 50% in and he's 50% out. And he's like, yeah, okay. I said, we went up Mission. I said, we gotta cross the park and go to Anthony Rudy's house. I gotta call Carol's, see if her sister's there. I need help. I can't carry his ass, and I'm trying to save him from not getting. I'm trying to sneak him in the house so he don't get in trouble. You know, and so we cross through the park. Let me see nothing. So we go up here, cross through the park, carry him through the park, carry him over here to Homeboy's house, and then all the way from the high school, all the way over here, all the way up here, past the freeway to Homeboy's house, and I call, and I'm like, and I ask for a favor, and he said, I need help, and I can't carry my brother home, he's all messed up and stuff, and she comes, and her sister comes, and thank God. I was so tired. I couldn't carry him no more. I was so exhausted, dude. And all this just to sneak him in the house. And I don't even know. Honestly, I don't even know if they I don't even know how I got him in the house. But this is I can't even count the times I carried him and Jesse in the house drunk, falling, dropping, you know. I can't count. It's like at least once a week, you know. at least once a week. This was they're drunks. I grew up carrying them in the house as a kid. And it's very satanic to turn your back. It's very satanic to set up the Christian. It's very satanic to attack me. It's very satanic to say evil things about me, and I'm the one that saved your ass and saved your life. It's very satanic to poison me when you're the snitch. It's very satanic to do all these things when it's you're the snitch. And we were kids anyways, really, honestly. We were we were kids. You're not supposed to shoot at kids, but nevertheless, they said something at Taco Bell because only my burrito was jacked up, and we all ordered the same burritos. We all ordered 7-layer burritos because they were $1. 7-layer burritos, it has 7 things. That's an awesome deal for $1. And only mine is shitty. And theirs, Freemason ass, was good. So, all the years taking care of them, and so it got awkward when he graduated high school, and it got awkward because he kept going out with his friends, coming back all drunk. He loses his wallet, he loses his camera, some Polaroid camera he had, he lost it, or they stole it, his friends took it from him, because they're just these little goyim in the hood, and they would steal from him when he's drunk. He gets so drunk, he'd be missing his camera, he'd be missing money or missing stuff. Like an idiot. Like a fool, a drunken fool. A drunk. Going out with people. They brought him home, thank God they brought him home. But he missing stuff, you know what I'm saying? And I get so mad, I'm like, wow. I wanted to punch people, but I didn't have no proof, you know what I'm saying? And this is the reality of how I took care of them when they're missing for days, when they're missing on drugs for days, and I walk through the neighborhood after I come home working 12 hours with Rito, after I'm over here in Granada Hills where we got shot at, and I'm not really even tripping, I'm just saying for a reference. I wasn't even thinking about it. I was too busy preaching to people. Darren Shire, my boy, and the shopping center, and I worked there. We stuck there working for Bill Bailey for 12 hours a day, just to find and hear my mom crying. Oh, your dad's gone. Oh, I can't find him. He hasn't come home. I'm worried. I don't know if he's alive. It's true. He could be dead somewhere, robbed like David. Drunken bastards. So I come home. I'm in my uniform, looking like a cop, security outfit. I'm looking like a cop in a security outfit, walking through the hood with no car, walking. I'm not scared. I mean, I know everybody really, but nevertheless, it's 1 in the morning, 1 in the morning, and I'm walking through the hood with a freaking uniform on, walking through the body, looking for him, and going up and down, going through the streets. I probably check, I don't know if I check the park or what, and then come back. I say I can't find him. I wasn't driving, I was walking. you know. So when they act stupid with the mark of the beast with Freemason friends, I went walking looking for them. For days they're gone on drugs, alcohol, being brought home stumbling, carrying their ass home from Granada Hills as a kid. I couldn't even carry them no more. I had to take them over to Homeboy's house. You know, and what happens is many times people love people more than they love you. You know, and it happens all the time with relationships or with marriages. And when you can love someone and they don't love you. And when I was with Melissa in 2007 and 8, um, and I came from my brother's house. When I came from my brother's house, they tried to run me off the freeway again, and and around that time, I went down in like Willing Hills. I went down to Willing Hills somewhere. I wanted to go see a therapist and to tell her everything, and I wanted to see what they're gonna say. I wanted some feedback from a stranger. The homies were cool. They were like, yeah, 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 he's an a-hole. Yeah, 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 he's a crackhead. Yeah, 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 those are hoes and this and that. You know, but I want to hear from a professional. I heard it from I heard it from someone in all of you, a white doctor. You said mother. Then this one says this lady over here, woman here says father, and those around me, who I'm hanging out with, don't love me or respect me. And the lady says they're pieces of bench shits. They're pieces of bench shits, and you gotta watch out. They're not. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be careful and watch out for these people. And she said they're bench shits. And that was so I went 1 week. Told her what I'm going through, and told her a quick rundown. And the next week, she had things written down she wanted to say. She did, I guess she did her homework. She did her homework, and she knew what she was talking about. She knew what she was talking about. And she knows who I am. And she said you gotta watch out for these people. They're bench hits, and they don't really love you or respect you, and they're basically, in other words, um, people are in their own world doing their own things. It's not that hard. It's not that hard to get information. If you got a reliable source, and if they got access, like a doctor or somebody affiliated, all they gotta do is make a phone call and be like, this person, and get a quick rundown. Okay, this person, Adam Duran, what's going on with him? Well, his mother does this, his father does this, his brother does this, and they all do this, and he's the only one that doesn't do it. And they're trying to sacrifice him, and they're doing setups, and they're getting Mott, they're getting Peter, they're getting everyone, and there's other people trying to get in on the kingdom business. In other words, like, it only takes a phone call to get all this information. So by the time I go back to the doctor, she's like, watch out, they don't love you, they don't respect you, they're all bench shits. Um and I said, okay, thanks. I was happy. I was very relieved. I never went back. I went once, told her the rundown, went twice. She already made a phone call and spoke to whoever, and she already knew who I was. She had it all written down. She told me, watch out, they're bench hits. And I was pleased, I was satisfied, and I never had to go back. to a therapist and say anything because I knew it wasn't me. She made a phone call and she got information. She got information on everything she needed. She got information on the whole family. She got information. She told me and to not trust nobody. And so she says, not you, it's them. They're benchets. You're doing good. You're serving God. You're a Christian person. You're serving God. Um, so I was satisfied with that. And yeah, going back to the wedding, he ended up calling after he insulted me for 25 minutes. He calls me back. He calls me back just to say, "Oh my gosh, we can't reach him. Oh, do me a big favor. You'll be my favorite brother. You'll be my favorite. You'll be my favorite brother. Oh my gosh, just do this for me." And I said no. And I said no, I'm not gonna do it because you spent 25 minutes insulting me, telling me I'm worthless and why I can't do it. So I can't do it. You're right. Basically, I agreed with them. Basically, I didn't agree with them, but I pretended to. I pretended. I was like, yeah, like you said, I'm not worthy. I'm not responsible, and I can't do it. So you spent 25 minutes to brainwash me. You spent 25 minutes on the phone in my ear telling me why I can't, why I shouldn't, just to call me before the wedding to say, we can't reach him. Oh, we need you to do it. And I said, no, I'm not going to do it. You're not going to, you know what I'm saying? You're not. We got to have integrity. You got to have, you know what I'm saying? You can't let people, even your brother or your sister, you can't let them step on you, insult you, try to break you down mentally and spiritually. We can't have them do that to us and then call you back and then be like, oh, I need you, to be my best man. No one's going to do it. No one wants to do it now. Probably what happened was, I guess maybe because I told everybody, now that I think about it, now that I talk about it, maybe because I didn't go through the hood, but like in those years I was hanging out with different people, and they're like, "Oh, your brother's getting married." I said, "Yeah, guess what he did? He called me, insulted me for 25 minutes, and said I'm not worthy. I can't be his best man." No, he did. Yeah, man, that's not right. What an a-hole. And I go, and then every other day I'd be at someone's house hanging out. Oh, your brother's getting married, huh? Yeah, guess what he did? He called me and insulted me for 25 minutes, said I can't be the best man. No, what an a-hole. That ain't right. You're his brother. You should be first, not his homeboys, not his friends. And I did that from those weeks or whatever, wherever I went, and they said, "Oh, your brother's getting married, huh?" I said, "Yeah, guess what he did?" So then all of a sudden, the guy they said wasn't answering the phone calls, and then they said he wasn't answering the phone calls, and then he calls me and he says, and he was spending like a half an hour on the phone trying to convince me to do it. I said, I'm not gonna do it. And then some lady came over too. Some blessed lady came over, and she was trying to convince me to do it. And what happened was I was dating the lady's daughter, or hanging out. We weren't dating. We were hanging out, and we were hanging out, and she basically was using her daughter as collateral or something. Like she said, "Well, you know what? And if you're not gonna do it for your brother, then I don't want my daughter dating a person that's not working." Those are the two things we talked about. A lady came over after I said no, and the lady came over and said, well, if you're not gonna do it, I don't want my daughter hanging out with a person that's not working or something like that, right? And I was confused. I was like, what? I was like, what does this lady have to do? What does this lady have to do with the wedding? And what does the daughter have to do with the wedding? Like, what does us hanging out have to do with anything? It was just very strange. It was a very strange time, and I really was not understanding people's logic. I didn't understand their logic. I didn't understand where it's all coming from. It's just like one big mind game. It's one big mind game of you're nothing, you're not worthy, you can't be my best man, and then the whole neighborhood says he's an a-hole, Adam. You're his brother. You should be his best man. And then the guy flakes on him. Supposedly they can't reach him. And then he calls me and he's saying, "Oh, you're my favorite brother. Oh, I need you, brother. I need you. Oh." That's what he was saying. "Oh, brother, I need you. Oh, brother, I need you. Oh." And I said no. Then the lady came over and said, "I don't want my daughter dating you." I was like, "Well, are you going to do it for your brother or not?" I said, "No, probably not." I said, "Probably not." "Well, I don't know if I want my daughter to be talking to you anymore." I said, "Okay, sorry." I said, "Sorry, I love you." Kisses. Okay, I gotta go. I gotta make dinner. I'll be right back.